Hello and welcome. I'm Lauren G, the producer of the Discover Local podcast, made possible with funding from William Morris Big Local. In this series, we discover the stories behind Walthamstow's independent businesses and the incredible people who run them. Join us as we explore their journeys, challenges, and the impact they've had on our community.
We are in the House of Iris in Walthamstow, and I am Ruth, the owner.
And I am Chris, the head piercer, I guess you'd call me.
What is the story behind this store?
So I started working here in 2010 as a piercer. I was the first employee that the person who used to own the business hired, and that was 14 years ago, obviously. And then over the course of that time, I kind of slowly became more of a manager position. And then me and Chris started the jewellery side of the business. We always had tattooists and piercers, but the jewellery expanded a lot, probably, 2019?
Yeah.
And then I took over that fully and then eventually bought out the old owner. So here we are. We are now still a tattoo and piercing studio, but with a hell of a lot of jewellery on the side.
Yeah.
So for me, it was kind of accidental. I always wanted to do something related to medicine, I think. Not that this is related to medicine, but, something that when I was younger, I was always very intrigued by surgery or like working with animals in surgery and that sort of thing. I had a massive interest in piercings, and I went to college for only a few weeks and found out it just wasn't for me. Like, the education system just wasn't for me. And I was already piercing naughtily at home, which I never recommend to anyone. But I was doing it for like my mum and myself and a couple of like odd friends. Some of those piercings still exist, may I add, as well. And then someone locally to me was looking for a piercer as an apprenticeship. So I applied thinking I was never going to get it. And she offered me the position because she said it was better for me to pierce professionally than carry on doing what I was doing. And so that was like 19 years ago now. So that was my story.
Mine's not like too dissimilar, apart from I wasn't dodgy to begin with. I was either going to try and do something like this, or like the same medical route. I was going to be like a paramedic or something, but this was better money and better hours, I guess. I don't know why I decided on this, to be honest. I was just sat there at my old job and then started brainstorming, found an apprenticeship, and then 7 years later, still here. Ruth taught me how to pierce. And here we are.
I didn't know you wanted to be a paramedic.
Yeah, it was always going to be something like either sport or like something to do with the human body.
Yeah.
It would have been something, but yeah, paramedic was like next on the list.
Yeah.
Tell us about your clientele. Who are the type of people that come in here?
We've got a huge clientele, and that can be anyone's style as well. We have a lot of alternative people. We have a lot of people that are into kind of their high-end gold. We get people that are just starting out, people that have been pierced for, the last 30, 40 years. So there really is no lines to where our clients finish with piercing. With tattooing, we obviously tattoo everyone over the age of 18. But again, I think our oldest customer was in their 80s. And it was a memorial tattoo to their late husband. I'll always remember, it was adorable. And she came with a group of friends. So it was the same as what like the 20-year-olds do, it doesn't change. I think we're quite broad, aren't we? We like to be open to everyone, like everyone's idea is welcome. All our tattoo artists are custom, aren't they? So it's all designed to the person and their style rather than we dictate what you're getting.
Could you tell us a bit about your relationship to the local area? You've been running this business for a long time here. Yeah, just a bit about your relationship with Walthamstow.
I mean, I've noticed great changes over the 14 years that I've been working here, especially things like the town hall and stuff, a lot of renovations and all the streets up Hoe Street, probably like 7 or 8 years ago they've done. Some things I miss. So some things I liked, there's certain bars that were kind of really old from like the 80s and they smelt the same and all that sort of stuff. So sadly, some of those places have closed down. But then obviously new businesses have come. So it's always good for regeneration, I guess.
Yeah, because I started here like 7 years ago. It was kind of started to gentrify by that point. So I missed all the
big changes.
old school rough Walthamstow kind of vibes.
I do think our clients changed as well at that point. I think there was a big change probably about 10 years ago where our clients changed.
It was heavily like college students, wasn't it, at one point?
Yeah, house prices went up.
There we go.
Yeah.
What advice would you guys give to yourselves, 14 years ago and 7 years ago, about being in this industry?
I would say to both of us to have more confidence. I think a lot of people in this industry have what we call imposter syndrome, where you always feel like you're not adequate, you're not good enough, you double guess yourself. A lot of people assume that you're going to be 100% confident in everything you do and say, but obviously mistakes happen. You're always learning. I mean, as I said, I've been doing this nearly 20 years. We still go to conferences. We still go to educational things. We're still reading from other pieces and learning other experiences. So much changed in 20 years, and it will do over the next 20 as well. I would just say to have more confidence in my abilities, rather than always feel, because I wouldn't even now, I don't like putting myself out there, do I? Like, I hate to put my name on something. I hate, to be like, I own this, I do this. It's not in my comfort zone.
You've spoken about a lot of change in the industry, in the area. What do you see or hope for the future of this business?
Well, there are exciting things ahead, because we're in talks with a brand about becoming affiliated with them. So we might expand the business that way, which won't affect customers, but it'll be another thing that we'll be doing. Possibly as well, I've been learning how to goldsmith. So I've always been interested in that and never really understood how I was going to link them. But now it's freed up a bit of my time and I've started making jewellery, haven't I? So I'm just practice and making something that's commercial rather than just stuff I want. So that's how I view it. Really, I think it's just concentrating on other aspects rather than... I think we've kind of nailed what we do.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of got to the point where it's like we're good at what we do in the shop. We're very busy piercing-wise. Tattooing, always, tattooists change. There's room for another tattooist potentially. Obviously, we could open more days, but more days means more stress. So that's not always what we want.
No one likes stress.
No one
likes stress.
We like holidays as well.
Do you like holidays?
Yeah, love a holiday.
What about you? Thoughts for the future?
I don't know really, because Ruth's pretty much answered it because it's her business, whereas I just do the piercings. When it comes to the jewellery side of things and the actual business side of things, I take a step back on that one.
He likes a more relaxed life.
She asked my opinion, and then.
Thank you for tuning in to the Discover Local podcast, brought to you by William Morris Big Local. We hope you've enjoyed getting to know the inspiring entrepreneurs in our community. To learn more and support these businesses, visit us at www.wmbiglocal.org. Keep discovering local and stay connected. Recording, editing and sound design by Nello, with music by Josette Joseph.